Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Why, hello. Thank you for tuning in. This is RAERAES, and I am here to discuss some things that went on at the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills down to the Bravo Network and that Peacock duplicate child. Bienvenidos, that's Spanish for welcome, and everything else. Thanks for tuning in. Just a little disclaimer, another disclaimer. Now they want us to like the videos. They want us to subscribe. And when you do subscribe to me, make sure you click on the black bell. A hint, I'm black. Make sure the bell is black. Child. Oh, I need some humor because this episode was full of seriousness, child. There may be a little humor in this, but I may get a little serious too because, ooh, child. But yeah, they want us to like the videos. They want us to subscribe. Make sure that bell is black. And share this if you want to. Let folks know I'm over here. It's a good time over here. What else they want us to do? Comment. Yeah. 4 things. Like, share, comment, subscribe. All right. Here we go. I think I got all the housekeeping out the way. Have a seat, y'all. Have a drink. Have a snack, whatever. I'm going to have to lay down a few things that I saw. Now, again, this is all allegedly. May I repeat? Read on the screen, child. Allegedly speaking, of course. Now, I got something to say. I could be totally wrong in everything I'm saying. I don't think I will, but I could be. Hey, that's why it's allegedly. I wasn't there. I'm only commenting on what I saw and heard with my own eyes and own ears. Now, child, we continue with Kathy. Child. Okay. So we are there. They still in Aspen, getting all their ish together. They had an explosive night. Well, one person had an explosive night. Okay. Now we get to the nits and grits of what we've been hearing about all these months, right? And of course, next week is really going to be good because there's going to be some confrontation about what happened in this episode. So yeah, so we're going to start off with Kathy refuses to fly with everyone. She is still upset. She locked in her room. Rena is in shock over Kathy's behavior the night before. Child. They just talking. Now, everybody is, not, of course they're gossiping, but they're not being smug about it. They're not being catty about it because, there's an unwritten rule. You don't really mess with the uber wealthy and the super wealthy, as Dorit lives by. And yeah, the conversations are very tactical. That's a good word. Tactical, child. Yeah, girl. So yeah, EJ, Erica Jane, is apologizing for blowing up because she's not being heard, right? She's apologizing to Sutton on the plane, and ain't nobody really wearing makeup. People got those sunglasses because they probably look the fool. But but yeah, Sutton is surprised at Erica. You know, the previous episode, Erica did say, I like you too. We just have to work out some things. And it looks like, EJ may be loosening up with Sutton, right? But again, Sutton is just surprised at all of the kindness Erica is showing her, considering these last couple of years. Child, last year was a doozy at Kathy's house. Ooh, Erica, child, if it wasn't on film, Sutton could have had a black eye the way Erica was acting last year. Anywho, yeah, so they're all, it's like a solemn situation. Everybody's on the plane but Kathy. She refused to fly with everyone. She was really upset. And Sutton, Diana, Rena, Kyle, Erica, all say Kathy was acting out of control. Very interesting. What's her name? Kyle was speaking to their childhood and mentioned Kathy would act similarly and worse when she was a kid, scratching, physically tormenting her family, scratching and causing, injuries and things. And yeah, she was out of control. She could not control herself. And that makes me think that perhaps there's some serious, mental illness going on in that family. It kind of makes sense if you think about it, right? You have two people with documented mental illness. You have 1.5 with documented substance abuse or use or dependence, and the other with other forms of they all have different forms of mental illness, right? Now, just from what I know, now, like I said, this is just what I think based on what I know and what my travels have allowed me to be able to speak on. In my life, it sounds like there's some serious mental illness with Kathy. Why? Because how they described her, I mean, really nasty, vile, this is what Rena said, nasty, vile things she said about everybody in the group, as well as her own family, vowing to destroy her family. Sounds a little delusional and very irrational. And then there's the physicalities that happened that night. Child, are you listening? Child, get your popcorn. If you ain't seen this episode, make sure you pop some popcorn before you watch it. Have you some popcorn and some wine, maybe a little peanut M&M, whatever. Hey, whatever. But definitely have some popcorn and wine because child is a doozy. Yeah, so Rena was just saying how Kathy threatened to ruin Kyle and her entire family. Bravo, NBC, etc., etc., etc. All these grandeur and just obscene verbiage on top of violence. She was tearing up the place wherever she went, hitting walls and throwing things. And I'm like, at her old age, not when she was a youngster, but at her old age, yeah, that's I'm not making light of it, because mental illness is nothing to laugh about. Just like everybody else on that program that has expressed their bout with some form of mental illness. Most recently, Crystal and her eating disorder. That's a mental illness. Kyle had a mental an eating disorder she spoke about. That's a mental illness. Kyle spoke about depression. We all know that's a mental illness. So, man, it's obvious to me now. Hey, that's just me. Then Kyle mentions how ugly it was for her when they were kids. And, thinking about what they discuss about their mom and how perhaps aloof and not really tending to them like she should, not really, mothering and just really dependent upon staff and things to help raise her children. That also, to me, sounds like mental illness. So, hey, sometimes that happens, and mental illness is definitely genetic, and you can pass it on to your offspring and so forth. So, again, I'm not making light of it, but I do believe from what I now, hey, again, I could be totally wrong. However, we're going to find more as this unfolds in the next episode. So then we got Crystal. Her birthday party is coming, the big 3-9. And apparently they've gotten their basement or their downstairs remodeled. Remember last year, they were talking about remodeling and it was just bare bones. And I think she mentioned they had a $500,000 budget. And wow, okay, we see how it turns out. Renna and Sutton go plant shopping for her birthday present. Oh, wow. I guess that's something Crystal would like, I guess. Next, we have Erica and Dorit making chocolate. So Dorit takes Erica, somewhere enjoyable. Who doesn't like chocolate unless you're allergic or something? I mean, hey, a little Hershey's Kiss every now and again. Oh, and Halloween's coming up. So the chocolate is the cocoa is just booming, okay? So yeah, EJ and Dorit making chocolate in different forms and variations and different, styles, and it look real cute to me. I gotta figure out where that is. I like to go in there and make something. Well, they probably won't let me make anything. I don't think they have making chocolate classes like they do at Lowe's and things about you can do this, learn how to do this, learn how to do that. But it looks like something exquisite and nice, nothing real big or nothing, just something really cute. I got to find out where that is. I got to go look it up and see. Anywho, Erica brings up to Dorit how everybody can bring her to the carpet, but it won't happen with everyone in this group. The proverbial everyone is referring to Kathy because of what happened in Aspen. Erica told Dorit that it got real ugly, okay? And Dorit mentioned to Erica how Kyle was, not really defending Erica 100% in Aspen. And then Erica got mad. Now, why in the hell would Dorit say something like that? I thought Kyle was her ace boom coon. But then again, Dorit is like, what's her name? Cynthia. She will blow where the wind goes as long as it's not in a certain direction. She knows she cannot go down. Now, what's strange is, not really what's strange. However, Erica made it seem like Kathy is untouchable because of who she is and how much due to how much money she has. And you know, we're in Beverly Hills and we know cash is king / queen. So who, you know, people who don't have as much as Kathy probably shouldn't be talking. And that's the sentiment Dorit mentioned. Well, you know, you should we really Dorit is still on the come up, right? So Dorita's like, should we really be talking about this? I mean, you know, EJ was like, look, I ain't got nothing to lose. So why not? I know that's right. Plus, Erica wants redemption. She wants validation. She wants to be accepted and not ridiculed for what people are thinking of her. And she wants people to stop, or at least not. If you're going to think of that about her, at least don't treat her like that. I think that's what Erica is really, you know, can't even talk. I think that's what Erica's really getting at. And yeah, so with Erica, it's on and popping. Yeah, so next, child, next. We are at Crystal's birthday party. Now, Crystal was talking to her husband earlier in the episode about what she would like for her party. Like I mentioned, they got the basement or the downstairs remodeled, and it's an entertainment area, right? It looks very blah, you know, dark and man cave-ish, not necessarily, you know. It just didn't look vibrant, but hey, I don't know. I didn't like the wall color. That's what it is. The wall color looked like a dookie green, boo-boo green. And it did. It just didn't look right. But anywho, it ain't my place. Ooh, you should see my place. Anyway, so yeah, they're all getting ready. Sutton's getting ready for the party. You know, everybody's getting dolled up and everything. And Dorit's daughter forbids her from taking Coca-Cola with her. She said, "No, you don't need Coca-Cola." Dorit was like, you know, entertaining her, you know, just patronizing her because she's a baby. She's what, 5 or 6, 4. Anyway, Dorit was just like, well, why not? I can't take it. I can't take the sodas. The girl grabs a soda off the counter, put it back in the fridge, and Dorit went to the fridge. The girl was like, no, you can't have it. Dorit just kind of chuckles like, okay, you take such good care of mommy, don't you? That little girl is very well read. Okay, good for them for getting her everything she needs apparently, and then some. But you know, that's the rich. They can afford everything they can afford, which is not what we can afford. Okay, we gotta go to school. They got school coming to them. I'm pretty sure. Okay, what's next on my notes? I got lots of notes, child. What else, child? It's getting good. So we are at the party. Pause for the cause. Rena needs a lip reduction. Did they get bigger? OMG. That top, I don't want to talk about the one, but that top one is really abnormal. Poor thing. She may need a reduction with the top. Yes, look, the top one just a little, just maybe a teeny too big. Just a teeny. You know, just a teeny. Anywho, what in the hell is Erica wearing to this party? I ain't ever seen that type of getup. And it's supposed to be a Roaring 20s Great Gatsby theme. Everybody else's outfit, except for Crystal's, was very reminiscent of that time. Now, I don't know if that's well, first of all, let me say this. I'm thinking of American history. Now, if the Roaring 20s and Great Gatsby affected China, and that's what they wore, cool. But if she, again, if she wants to wear her, her cultural garb, that's cool too. It just didn't look like the Roaring Twenties and Great Gatsby, but it was still cute. I just to think about it, green. Her dress was green, base green with other stuff on it. Her favorite color must be green, because that dookie ugly green on the walls, child. Where was I on my notes? Oh yeah, what in the hell was Erica wearing? Anywho, Kathy show up. Uh-oh. Garcelle and Cherie get ready. They showing them getting ready, and then Garcelle is rushing. She said, "Okay, go ahead and make yourself a cocktail. I'll be down in a couple of minutes, and I'll be right back." That means about 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So then Cherie sees the gift and gets the card, opens the card, and signs her name in highlighter. Really? In highlighter? Child. And puts it back without saying anything. So then Garcelle comes down and they're shooting a shot and having a shot. And Garcelle tells her about the earring conversation on the reel and how it's going to, it's maybe an issue for Erica, but what can Garcelle do? It's her job. Garcelle has 0 Fs, just like Erica's old song, 0 Fs, okay? Not in a rude way, but she's like, just deal with it, because we're all grown and you're going through it, so just deal with it, right? Anywho, so when Garcelle and Cherie get there, Garcelle presents the gift and Cherie is right behind her, and Cherie was like, the gift is from both of us, and Garcelle's like, no, it's not. That was so funny. I was rolling. Because you should just see the look on Garcelle's face. It's like, I know this bitch didn't just say that. No, it's not. Cherie was like, yes, yeah, go ahead, take it. It's from both of us. OMG, where's my water? I'm about to choke. Oh, wow. That was funny. Anywho, where was I? Oh yeah, so Kathy gets there, child. Rena can't believe Kathy is there, like nothing happened. Rena is triggered, child. That's the new word, triggered. I need some more water. Ooh. I guess that's what I get for talking about Kathy, the uber rich. Anywho, Rena can't believe Kathy is there, child. She didn't trigger Rena. Rena's lips is shaking. She is just talking to Crystal on the side, and next thing you know, Rena gone. She done told Kathy, what's her name? Rena done told Crystal. No, Crystal found Rena leaving, and Rena told Crystal, holding her hands, how this has nothing to do with her. She's very sorry. She hopes she's not, causing a problem. Of course, Crystal is accepting of all of that and just worried about why Rena is leaving. Now, apparently, Crystal was not privy to nothing that Kathy did in Aspen. I wonder, was Garcelle privy to it, and was Cherie? I wonder who wasn't besides Crystal, because it seemed like everybody knew. Girl, we gonna find out. But yeah, Rena is just in disbelief that Kathy is there as if nothing happened. Now, they didn't even show Kathy and Rena greeting each other. So I think Kathy avoided Rena, and Rena made sure that Rena made sure that she avoided Kathy. Okay, because production did not show us them greeting each other, them saying hello at all that night. Interesting, huh? At least I didn't see it. Now I did blink a long time at a certain point because I was tired, but I did not see them talk at all. But yeah, Kathy is there like nothing happened, child. So Sutton is still surprised about Erica's attitude. They are getting along quite nicely at the party. Sutton even tasted Erica's drink, talking about, I don't like bourbon. Let me taste it anyway. A mint julep, child, brown liquor, and psychotropics. Okay. Well, she made sure she was mellow that night. I guess because of, Kathy's meltdown, she show enough was not the topic of discussion that night. And of course, she can cuss everybody else out the previous day. So they probably sick and tired of talking to her. That's probably why Erica cussed everybody out. So they would just stop talking shit about it. I would, in a way. I just make sure it'd be very uncomfortable. Next time you want to talk about my bullshit. Okay, well, now you want to talk, let's talk. Switch my position, cross my legs, get my drink, let's go. Freshen up my makeup. What else do you want to know about what the attorney said? Yeah, it would be, I'll probably take it there just to get them heifers off of me. Sometimes you got to go a little natty to get folks off of you, but that's okay. Just don't go crazy boots like Kathy, allegedly, like they said. Anywho, what was I saying? Yeah, so Sutton is still surprised about Erica's attitude. Like I said, they sharing drinks, they sharing same DNAs. Child, I don't think so. No, not with all the sex she have. And with whom? Child. So now it's time to cut the cake. And of course, she announces this is her last year in her 30s. And all the old bitches is like, oh, please. All the 50 plus year olds is like, no, she didn't just say she about to. So yeah, she's the baby of the group. She's just a little younger than me. So they'll probably say the same thing about me if I were on the show. Okay. Anywho, what else happened? Yeah, so they just dragging her for her birthday, give her a little birthday drag. Dorit thinks Garcelle throws grenades and hides her hands. Interesting. So Dorit starting up with Garcelle again. Ain't nothing else Dorit can talk about. So she rather talk about Garcelle than talk about Kathy. Okay, Dorit. Anywho, what else I say? Yeah, I already talked about Rena leaving. Kathy is. I wrote Kathy. I wrote Rena leaves because Kathy is Beelzebub. Rena, it's like Rena saw a ghost. Rena was like, ooh, I gotta go. See, let me tell you something. When folks experience something with you, because and you then went off the rails, just plumb crazy, no pun intended. Maybe it wasn't a mental illness breakdown, but I'm just saying. But when people just go plumb crazy, again, no pun intended, folks, and the next time they see you, they leave, you done scared their ass half to death. Rena's like, oh, hell no, I gotta go. Like I said, her lip was quivering, child. And that thing is heavily saturated. Dense. So Beelzebub scared her back home, child. And the nice ending, and then what's her name? Crystal comes back from showing Rena the door. And Crystal comes back, like I mentioned, Crystal says it's real strange because they saw the crazed look on Crystal's face. Crystal was like, what in the hell's going on? Now she didn't have to had a look on her face, but she had a look on her face just to cause some shit for the cameras and production. So anywho, so Crystal comes back with napkins and stuff, people to eat cake and whatnot. Ain't nobody eating no cake. Child, please. I didn't see nobody eat cake. They was all drinking and they had little food things going around. But yeah, Crystal came back and everybody else was there, including Beelzebub. And and she was just like, it was just strange. She said she had to go. It had to do something with her time in Aspen. And child, no production didn't. No Beelzebub didn't. Child, Beelzebub had a confessional, right? And Beelzebub was just lying through her teeth, talking about, I don't know why Rena left. It couldn't have been me. Oh, really? The way your ass was cutting up, the way you was cutting up, it, girl. And I'm looking at this confessional like, girl, don't you know we know already? I'm looking at her like, And the audacity for Beelzebub to sit up there and lie like that in that confessional, talking about, I don't know why Rena would have left. It couldn't have been me. Then at the end, but if it was, I apologize. See, that part right there. If it wasn't you, there would be no need to apologize. If there was no inkling of your behind triggering Rena to get away from you, then you wouldn't be apologizing. And Rena said, it wasn't just Kyle that Kathy was talking cash money shit about. It was everybody. I want to know what Rena said. It was vile. It was disgusting. It was something that should have never come out of her mouth. Child, that's when she should have pressed record on the phone just to play it back in here. Child. But then again, like I said, mental illness is something else. Mental illness will make you act unlike who you really are. Child, the stuff that I have studied and I worked in a psychiatric office 4 plus years, long time ago. I can't even tell you half the things that went on in that office. Just know I have some extensive look and some experience outside the office. So I know what I recognize some stuff. Now, again, I ain't no licensed clinical nothing. It's just stuff that I saw and heard that makes me believe what I believe. But yeah, Kathy act like it. Erica asked Garcelle about the real, and Garcelle apologized for not giving Erica a heads up. Again, Garcelle does her job, and she said, well, I can see why you felt that way, and I'm sorry about that. She didn't go into anything else. She just apologized. Erica was fine with it. First of all, Erica wasn't tripping about not getting a heads up. However, she was appreciative of her feelings were hurt. So she was appreciative of the apology because, again, had Garcelle felt the same way Erica felt, then a heads up would have been given. So again, Erica wasn't upset about what Garcelle said per se. She'll just have like the heads up about it, right? Hey girl, I'm about to talk about you. You know, it ain't gonna be bad. Like I don't know what I'm gonna say, but just know we're gonna talk about them earrings, right? Now, yeah, I think Garcelle was mulling over it because she kind of brought it up at the time. But then, like I said before, Garcelle ain't gonna feel no ways tired. She will just, say what she gotta say and move on. What else is on here? Oh, child. Now this was the doozy woozy a little bit. So Erica calls Rena about why she left because, Garcelle suggested it after hearing what Crystal said about how Rena felt, why she had to leave. So while everybody was there before, as people were leaving, kind of wrapping things up for the night, Erica and Diana both left to the other room to call Rena. Rena did not answer. Oh, that's not like her. Oh, something's bad. Oh. So then Erica starts to tell Diana, let's talk about Kathy too, because all y'all can't keep talking about me and my behavior when I blow up. And apparently my blow up was nothing in comparison to what Beelzebub was doing. But ain't nobody saying nothing. But child, Diana can match Kathy penny for penny, I guess, because Diana had no quarrels and talking. She was like, well, Rena must be chicken. That's why she left, like joking about it. At the same time, Diana just, they all, whoever saw it, describe what happened. And it was all the same, irate, out of control, just, ridiculous behavior, just never seen it before, can't believe it happened, OMG. Everybody saying the same thing and just in different ways. Interesting. So like again, Erica was like, hey, if we gonna talk about me, we're gonna talk about Kathy too, because I ain't got nothing to lose. And that's that on that. What it say? Yeah, Diane dragged Kathy, child. Diana was like, yeah, she was this, and she just pretty much everybody saying the same shit, right? Erica says Kathy's was worse with Rena at Kyle's house, talking about, again, like I mentioned before, throwing stuff and hitting the walls, and Rena had to lock herself in the room because it was really bad. I'm like, lock herself in the room? OMG. I guess Rena was like, I don't want no parts. She made, what's her name? She made Kyle cry. It was just a damn scene. Child. So Dorita's afraid to talk about Kathy, because she's super wealthy. And that's just some BS. But then again, Dorit can talk about everybody else, right? But we all knew Dorit was a brown noser, just like she went with Diana to her hotel talking about, I need some space. I need this. I just want, you just want to go over there brown nose and try and get her to invest in something. Girl, bye. But that was the end of the episode, child. It was a doozy. Yes, it was. What you think? Did you watch it yet? Child, if you ain't, turn it on now. Go watch it now. After you hang out with me, go watch it now, child. But before you go, if you haven't already, please like. Please subscribe if you haven't. And when you subscribe, there's a couple of options, right? Hit the black bell. Just know I'm black, so you hit the black bell. And but yeah, this is it. That's the end of this. But I got something else for you. I got a little outro. Go ahead and listen. fool.